Thank you. Thank you for coming back. And I hope that this will be the last Valentine's Day we all have to come back here. I hope and pray that the Supreme Court does the right thing. This particular case is not about our marriage anymore, and it's not about same-sex couples getting married. It's about whether or not you are going to save. I'll come over here. It's about whether or not, this is not about us anymore. If the Supreme Court lets us stay married, it will be a hollow victory. It won't be a victory because we do not want to be the only ones on the freedom train. The Supreme Court needs to rule to overturn Prop 8, because what Prop 8 does for the first time in American history is take a group that's being considered and called equal by a Supreme Court out of the Constitution. That is dangerous, because that means that 51 or 52% of people can vote to take you out of the Constitution, labor out of the Constitution, unions out of the Constitution. It guts the Constitution of California. And so this started out as a fight for all these years of loving couples, all of a sudden exploded into one of the biggest civil rights cases in American history, because now we're standing to defend our Constitution. And we want you all to stand with us. I'd like to introduce our attorney, Gloria Allred.
Robin and Diane, I'm so proud of you. Not only are you a married couple, but you are real heroines of this cause. And so I would like to present you with this special Valentine's gift, which is a little bit different. So if you open it up, you'll see why.
Okay.
You don't expect me to bring you just the same old, same old.
Oh.
Okay, so this is... This is our petition in this case to the California Supreme Court, along with our reply to the arguments and the answer to the 3 questions that the court has posed to us to answer, one of which is really about your marriage that took place after after we won the Supreme Court case last May, and you married in June, and before the passage of Prop 8 in November. Is your marriage still valid if the Supreme Court decides, God forbid, that Prop 8 is constitutional and upholds it? And it contains our answer, which of course is, yes, yours and the thousands of other marriages that took place will still be valid no matter what happens, because initiatives such as Prop 8 are not retroactive, they are prospective, they look to the future, and there was no express provision in Prop 8 that it would be retroactive. So according to all of the rules of construction in the past, yours should still be upheld. Of course, we also argue about the fact that this Prop 8 is a revision and not a proper amendment to the Constitution, and therefore it was not done correctly by the proponents of Prop 8. They did not go to the legislature as they should have. They did not seek a 2/3 vote of the legislature, and then either a constitutional convention ratified by the people or ratification by the majority of the people after the legislature acted. Because they did not do it properly, because it is a very significant change in the governmental plan, then it is a revision and should be struck down. So all I will say is, on this pre-Valentine's Day marriage of yours having been the first to have been performed in Los Angeles County, and now the first to recommit, we congratulate you. And we also bring forward our other clients in our lawsuit, and they are Kathy and Sherry. They have joined us in this petition to the Supreme Court challenging Prop 8. And after Robin and Diane cut the cake, I'm going to go inside the courthouse with Kathy and with Sherry, and they are going to attempt to obtain a marriage license. We know that it will be denied because Supreme Court has not issued a stay of Prop 8, and therefore, pending the decision by the California Supreme Court, they will not be provided with a marriage license. But we're hoping that they will be able to get that license after, and if we prevail in this case. Oral argument is set in San Francisco for our case and 2 others on March 5th, and we will all be there, and as will Reverend Troy Perry, who was our client in the first case. So we have 2 different sets of circumstances. A couple that was married legally, whose marriage now is a question before the Supreme Court as to whether it will still be valid. And we have our couple and many others with us today who are not married but who wish to marry, enjoy the same fundamental constitutional right to marry as any otherwise eligible adult in California, and they just shouldn't be denied it on account of their sexual orientation. So with that, we have a lot to celebrate today and then a lot of work to do. Let's go for both love and justice on this Valentine's Day celebration. And now, let them eat cake. On the cake, it says, California Supreme Court, our hearts are in your hands.